everyone, I just wanted to come along and show you my junk journal before I sent it off. I've just made a bag for it out of fabric and burlap and lace and put a bow at the front. I haven't actually put the junk journal inside it at the moment. It's sitting on top of it because, as some of you might know, my hands have been really bad, so I'm just struggling a little bit with them. So this is just a little flap that goes over the top, and there's plenty of room to put like all your journaling cards and pencils and so on. There's a little pocket here and then a deeper pocket that goes all the way down. So I'll just move that little bag and show you the journal. This is my junk journal that I did for Junk Journal Junkies Down Under. It was the Christmas vintage grunge swap. We had a choice of whether we wanted to do vintage or grunge or a mixture of both, so I did a mixture of both. It's made out of a 12 by 9 envelope, so I'll just show you. I've just decorated the cover with lace, muslin underneath the lace, and sewn around the edges, put book corners on it. A lot of the images that I've used to come from Pinterest or the internet, which is the old design shop, and several others that I've used as well. I think it's the Design Fairy or something. I can't remember exactly the website, but I've put around the closure, I've just put seam binding. So this is the side view. It's got lots of material and fibres and ribbons as well, and that's the top view. I'm recording on my phone, so it's a bit difficult. And here we have just a very small spine. It is very chunky, but it has got lots of journaling cards, so my swap partner may decide to take some of them out and add her own. That's entirely up to her. So I'll just undo it and show you inside quickly before I send it off in the post. That's my hands. So the inside cover, I've just put one of those concertina pockets. It's got plenty of room to add bits and pieces in it. There's a lot of sewing that's done in the journal. I've put tabs and lace and fibres and everything through it. I try to leave as much journaling space as I could. Lots of tags to write on the back, every tag. Lots of tuck spots, every tag you can write on the back of. I've done some collaging on some of the pages. Sometimes I've sewn around the edges of the tags. This one I had really good fun doing this. This was made out of just paper, music sheets, burlap, lace and material, and I just sewed the bits together and then edged it. And this one's a flip up, which if I could get my hand underneath I can show you. So you can journal on that. Lots of paper clips with fibres and textures. This is a card that I've stamped and edged around. A pocket here with a tag. A little pocket here that I've just put a bit of muslin and cheesecloth. And I think this is just a bit of cotton made into a bow. Each pocket has got, most of them are filled with journaling cards. This one's made out of lace and it's got a little pocket at the front that has got another little journaling card in it. It's got a couple of dangles down the bottom. This is made out of tracing paper. I think I backed this one with paper as well. And a lace pocket at the front. Some recipe cards. I love this image. This is probably my favourite image. I really blew that one up. A little tuck spot that holds the card. Some fibres on the edge. Some blank pages, a flip out, so you can add all your journaling bits. This is actually an envelope with a decorated card inside. I won't pull it out because it's just too hard for me with my hands to put it back. Just a bit of leftover scrapbooking paper that's been dyed. I made a little stamped it on a piece of red homemade paper and then just tore it around to look a little bit like a stamp. Journaling card in all of these. This is actually, I can't remember who showed me how to do this. I'm really apologise. I watched a tutorial on back-to-back cards, and I've only done one card where I've made a pocket, and inside is actually, like I said, it's too hard to show. See if I can flip it over. Inside is actually paper that I have stamped silver on, and also I've done Tim Holtz Distress and ink, and then sprayed it. This is a remnant ornament that I've backed with cardstock, so you can write on that. It's got a bit of stenciling at the top. This is a songbook, a carols book that I've made with, I think it's got about half a dozen or so, maybe a few more carols music sheets, and I've just backed that with some tracing paper, and then over the top I've put music sheets, and then I've put the red lace. This is from a children's Christmas book. Just a bit of decorative punch there on a paper, some little snowflakes, a doily, a vintage doily that I've kind of just tea dyed just slightly. This is another remnant ornament that you can journal on the back. This is actually a map of the North Pole, another journaling card, some fibres at the side, more stenciling, a flip up, lots of sewing around it, a pocket here out of burlap, just a bit of lace and ribbon, all different kinds of papers. Another little pocket here that I've just got some ribbon embroidery. I've just kind of just back stitched it around, and I stamped on a piece of fabric. A plain blank page that my swap partner can put either photos or whatever on, a few buttons on the edge. This little one I made a stocking, and I made it out of material. I backed it out of material. So it's a pocket, and it's got some journaling cards and a dangle with some jingle bells and buttons and beads on it. A couple of journaling cards. There's actually another pocket inside that, so you can put 4 journaling cards in this one. A doily with just a bit of decorative, I fussy cut. That was a day when my hands were good and I could cut. This is an old ephemera piece that has ornaments, I think for 49 cents or something. It's really amazing that they were that cheap. Just in the middle, I've stamped out some Christmas trees and put it on the edge of the waxed cotton. Just a bit of lace on the edge, some graph paper. This one here, I've made a library pocket and just got several bits of tags and ephemera on it. Another blank page. This is another flip up. Some cards, journaling cards in that. This is an envelope that's made out of handmade paper. I had a bit of trouble with this. I didn't realise that it was going to rip so much, so I kind of had to back it with cardstock inside. And it's got some trims around the edges, and it's got some journaling cards inside. Some more stenciling, some lace that's just been sewn on and edged. There's the back of the doily. This is an envelope with a little bit of a tuck spot in there. That's the back of a children's books page, a bit of burlap that's been sewn on and with a decorative stitch. This is actually not a flip up, flip down. I did it the wrong way. This is a flip down, flip up. That would be just like me to do that. This is just a piece from, and the papers that I used, other than the red papers, the black and white papers are a Kaiser Craft Christmas edition. They're 2017 edition. So, yeah, there's some journaling cards in that. It's an envelope. This is one of those, not sure what you call it. You open it up, and it's all circles kind of glued together. This is a beautiful inside of a Christmas card that I printed out. Got that, I think, from Pinterest. A tuck spot with a doily. It's got like a double tuck as well. There's a pocket with some journaling cards. Just a flip out. Some decorative paper clips with some journaling cards. This one's actually, you can pull out. It's actually got 2 different carols and a journaling card. I think it's got just one journaling blank card on it. I've used lots of fibres, and this is kind of like tinsel, but it's very, very soft. It's more a fibre-ish type thing. This is just a little tuck spot. I've tried to leave the pages blank because I love to decorate. Oops, I've lost my spot now, but I've left some of them. This is the other side of the bag that I've just decorated. This is just like a wooden die cut piece that I've just painted, and it's got a bit of lace on it, and there's some journaling cards inside that, and there's a little gingerbread man. Lots of stamping as well. I had a go at stamping. I'm not very good at it, but I had a go. I love this one. This is little girl with a Saint Bernard holding the Christmas tree. That's just a beautiful image. You can write on the back of that. Look, a blank, whole great big blank spot. This is just a tag that I've put on down the bottom. Almost getting to the end. It's got 60 full pages and then some short pages added. Just a little tuck spot with a actual pocket. It says peace on it. Little snowflake. I love that paper. It's just beautiful, that Kaiser Craft. A paper bag that has some jingle bells or some actual bells on it. A doily and star. This is the back of the doily. And this is, with the doily, I used 2 distress inks and stained it. This is a letter that it's stuck down, but there's also a pocket. This is a letter that I wrote to Santa, which is really, really cute. It has a little doily at the top, pitch image, and I basically just pretended that I was a 5-year-old little girl and that my mother was handwriting or typing up this letter for me. It's meant to look more handwritten than anything, and I tried to think about how children would have spoken back then and what they would have asked for and so on. So that's a cute little letter. This is just a little tuck spot that has a journaling card that you can write on the back of it, sorry. And last but not least, the back page, it's got a couple of, like the star and a couple of images that are stuck down, and then inside it's got some tags, and this is probably one of my favourite tags. I think this might have been the first one that I did. I can't see it. There we go. And that's really pretty. I like that. So that is my journal, and the back page I will show you a bit more clearer now that the ribbon's gone. It's got an angel on the back. There's lots of sewing threads. If my partner doesn't like it, she can just cut them off. I've done a little halo for the angel and gave her a little lace dress. Cut a little star out of the burlap, and then this was actually an iron-on. And I had it and I thought, oh my goodness, that looks like a Christmas tree. And just down the bottom, I've made a beautiful stamp. I love what it says. It says, made just for you because you are priceless. And it has a little barcode. So that's my journal. I hope you've enjoyed looking at it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.